It's good. All right, check.
We're here.
Check.
Check.
Season 2 or era 2.
Are we like, is this happening right now?
Is it live now?
We're recording.
Yeah, everything.
We are
okay.
recording.
We're back. Boys are back. Which I want to talk about. Uh-oh. That is not a killer start.
Dude, we were so excited about starting another season, another era, and then we
sat down.
have nothing to talk about.
It's like,
We were better off camera.
We spent so much time asking people to redesign this.
we spent more time talking about the set than we did the actual what we're going to do.
It's true. It does look much better in here.
It does, man. This is nice.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments.
Golly, dude. 10 seconds in, Brent's coming in with the
Drop a
comments.
comment.
yeah.
I like it. Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, so here we are. Season 2. We're ready. We're excited.
Yeah.
There's a lot of energy.
There's energy.
We've had a little break. We've had a little break, I don't know, 2 or 3 months. And, I think one thing we've learned when we're on break is the world doesn't stop around us.
Does not.
Dude, I felt like it sped up a little bit.
Yeah.
A lot of crazy stuff
A
happening
lot
this
of
summer.
stuff. A lot of stuff.
Like, all of these things should have been in our podcast, but we didn't have one. So I think it'd be good to just talk for a second about,
It's going to be more than a second.
well,
It's going to be actually
on
probably
how
the
fast you
whole
talk.
entire episode is
not
probably going to be summer recap, everything that's going on in the summer, and potentially a little conversation about what the rest of the season's going to look like. It's pretty much it. I mean, there's a lot.
yeah. No, there really was. Well, so, I mean, I don't know how to go through it like incrementally, but I do know that in season 1, we almost dedicated an entire episode to the idea of aliens.
Yeah.
It's true.
Dude, that's very true. We did
We talked
that.
to Andy about it.
We did?
Sorry, Dr. Andy.
Dr. Andy.
Put some respect on it.
My bad.
PSYD.
I think since the last time that we were here, I think the world is less cancelable. I think people are sick of cancellation. So I think less people are. It's almost like it's cool to be canceled now. Like a year ago, it was like, oh no, you don't get canceled. 2 years ago, oh gosh, you cancel.
You're right.
And now it's like ever since Bud Light, it was like, you know what?
Let's go for it.
It's true.
That NBA player, Jonathan Isaac, is that his? He's a bench warmer, but he's making a name for himself now because he's one of the guys that stood for the national anthem when everybody else was taking a knee. But now he has started a clothing line, a faith-based anti-woke clothing line.
Anti-woke.
Like those,
Very
like
smart.
that's how he's marketing it. So he's getting fire from one side and he's getting like total buy-in from another side. But it's kind of that thing like, oh, you want to cancel me? I'm going to capitalize on cancellation.
And the divide widens.
Yeah.
And the country got worse.
I'm stuck in the middle. This is getting real stretchy.
Stretch Armstrong eventually pops.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
You
go
only
on this
stretch it
side.
so long.
Yeah, I mean, choose your side. Yeah, no. I would like to go back to the aliens, though. Aliens exist.
According to the U.S. government.
That's about all there is to
Yeah.
say about that.
Aliens exist. We've
So-
got spacecrafts. We've got the aliens.
Yeah.
They tested the DNA and it was not human,
Yeah.
apparently.
Good thing we all decided it wouldn't mess with our faith last season.
It's true.
Dude.
That was a quick
Good
turnaround.
thing we reconciled that.
That's why you got to watch this podcast.
Yeah.
We're out
Solidifies
there.
your
It's
faith.
got just a little prophetic touch.
Oh, accidental prophet.
What's weird is like I feel like that should be a bigger news story than it
No.
actually is. But like, yeah, we're
It's
like,
because we all knew it. Everybody's like, thank you for finally coming
Well,
clean. It's
Maybe
like,
so.
I mean, we kind of knew it, but I still didn't believe it. I believed it, but I didn't.
Oh, what was the conspiracy I just heard? Who told me?
one?
You
The
tell me
rapture?
to say it. Say it. This is funny.
Yeah,
This
so
is awesome.
you do have
Shut
some
Yeah.
real
Oh, you're not ready.
extreme, some extreme
This is
prophets.
the other end of the prophet spectrum.
They were saying this whole thing is actually a setup because the government knows that the end times is here.
Oh my
So it's a big play by the government saying aliens exist because they know the rapture is about to happen, and it's all set up so that when it takes place, instead of Jesus, instead of God,
It was the aliens.
Aliens took us.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Thus
In my
saith
life.
the Lord.
Just
Lord
attach
didn't
the
tell you
say the
that.
Lord, and it's
Yeah.
all good.
So I did see a meme that somebody, I don't know if they created it or shared it, but it was a picture of a spaceship, and it said
Yeah,
when
this is
everyone
good.
disappears, like it's not the aliens, and like 2 Thessalonians, whatever the scripture is underneath. I was
Oh,
like,
really?
Oh, that's a real
Clouds.
thing now. And so now you've just
It's
you've
true.
just confirmed that that's a real thing now.
Dude, my favorite alien meme that's been circulating around right now, it's an alien spacecraft talking to a human. They're like, "Are you not impressed?" the human says, "I've had a tough life recently." Like they're just not even impressed with the alien
It's
coming.
like, you know what, man? It's all good. It's
It's
all
been a
good.
tough season.
Dude, it has. And again, it's not. It's just another blip in the radar.
I think the new alien conspiracy is you guys see everything with Antarctica. Everybody's making a
Yeah.
big deal about that.
I've
Like,
been
Oh, I
watching
have not
that's-
heard this one.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
good stuff.
Like, there's a lot of crazy stuff happening in Antarctica. Like, apparently, every country has, I forget what the agreement is, that they're not going to mine minerals or stuff out of there. And there's a lot of weird technology. Like, it's claimed that they can literally like create hurricanes and earthquakes based on technology that is underground in Antarctica right now.
It's all through warping,
The magnetic field or something.
yes, but also warping space, meaning from one point A to point B doesn't necessarily need to be like linear. They can warp it.
You know, I don't know, man. You know, obviously this summer for me, I rested. I didn't read that much because my brain's like, yeah.
It is kind of odd that they have like a pact to not mine anything, not shoot any missiles. You can't put any missile projects down in Antarctica, and it's all an agreement.
Who has a pact? Like countries?
Like,
All-
basically every country.
every country.
Except like China?
no,
No,
they,
China.
They literally
China too?
all
All
have
of
a
them.
pact.
Oh wait, okay. If we're agreeing with China on something,
Yeah.
something's way off.
I know.
Aliens?
Yeah.
No, there's
Exactly.
no doubt.
Something's way
There's
off.
people that are saying like World War III won't happen until one of those countries, like that's going to be the thing that sets it off. Like that's the only thing that everyone's still in agreement on right now is
Dude.
that. And so once a line gets crossed right there, that's when big things are going to happen.
I'm a little nervous now. I'm scared to talk about stuff now on the podcast because,
We're gonna get killed.
well, I feel like we're either going to get killed or manifest something we don't want to manifest.
You know, I talked about one of the conspiracy theories a few months ago with the whole like water car or water powered car, and I recently found out there was another guy within the last like 5 years, ish, somewhere up in there. I have to look it up again, but somewhere up north, and same thing. Literally, it was like he had updated like YouTube videos of him with hydrolysis and the whole 9 yards, and all of a sudden he dies.
So you can't make water cars, but you can make. Actually, in 2025, it's been approved. The first round of production of flying vehicles will be made available for purchase.
I saw that.
Around $300,000. It's been approved by whatever that board is that says it's something to do with like the whole people that do drones as well. But it's I think the maximum speed of 25 miles an hour. But air roadways.
So basically, it'd be a drone for man,
Yeah, I mean,
man-sized drone. That's cool.
It's just honestly,
It's gonna get dangerous though.
I was about to say this.
Just like it
what
was
it
with
needs
cars.
to be is it needs to be automatic, like like Teslas and stuff, like what is it, automatic driving
Yeah.
cars or whatever. It needs to be that. If we're gonna start flying around,
Yeah.
I don't think that people should be able to fly those. I think we should just be able to like put in a GPS, poop, a point, and then it flies us there, and we have nothing to do with
That'd
it.
be
Like
that,
AI
yeah.
flies because. You got people flying at people's houses.
like I don't hate the idea of that. Right, there. That's fun. That's fun.
It's still it's your house.
I think it depends on what the licensure process is.
Yeah.
Like if you got to be a pilot to fly it, like you could fly any airline.
Oh no, that's
I'm
not
cool
it.
with it. Well, I don't know.
It's the equivalent. The equivalent's not the right word, but they said it's the same standards as a drone license. Like there's levels of drone licenses that you have, but it's the one that's got to be certified by the airport. But that's the type of licensing you need.
It's exciting. Really excited about that, man.
I feel like we shouldn't take breaks anymore, or these types of things happen.
Dude, it's all our fault.
I feel like there's a lot more things that happen.
There's killer whales sinking boats on purpose off the coast of Spain.
Holy smokes, dude!
There's that.
I have always heard that whales are pretty smart.
Yeah, no, like they're actually
haven't-
ripping rudders off of boats off the coast of Spain and sinking
Wow.
ships. Like they've done it. I know of 3 for sure verified. They ripped the rudder off and sunk the boat.
There was also another sinking ship that took place. The Titan.
Yeah.
The Titan submarine.
R.I.P.
Oh, the Titan.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Titan and then the other hidden things underneath the Titan.
Yeah. What actually happened that week
boy.
instead? That is a good one we should talk about.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, we are going to get canceled on episode 1 of season 2.
But like 3 months late.
Yeah. Don't cancel us. We were on a
Well,
hiatus.
they won't care anymore because they're like,
Yeah,
oh,
they
it's
won't
done.
care.
Who
You
cares?
can actually say what you think, you know? Yeah, no, the whole Titan thing, man. Like, so I got caught in like a vortex of YouTube videos after it happened, like within a few weeks, whenever stuff started coming out. And
Yeah.
like the whole, like the lead up to it's like, okay, so this was sort of like a dude that at the end of the day was just like, I'm just going to do this. And if I die, it's whatever. And that's what happened.
Yep.
And I understand. Look, I get it. Like explorers, adventurers, they're always on the edge of death, and so that's pretty much what he did. But he just took down a few other people with him.
Yeah.
But I got caught in the vortex of like what actually happens whenever something like that implodes. That's gnarly.
It is.
That's
Oh,
It's
brutal.
wild.
That's rough.
now
I
the
would-
good news is that it happened really quick.
I'd rather that than, oh, my oxygen ran out.
Yeah.
Oh, and now,
Yeah.
no, dude. Like,
72 hours waiting and knowing that's coming. No, that's tough.
nope. I'd much rather just, you hear that? And then everything's done.
Yeah. So I watched a video that literally had a timeline of the like the comms between the boat basically up top and the sub, and it was like minute to minute, and they started hearing something in the back of the sub, like noises and stuff like that, and then they were going down too quick is what was happening, and then they got about, I think it was 500 yards away, maybe meters, I don't know what they were doing, away from the ship, but it's all blacked out. Like they couldn't see anything, you know what I'm saying? As far as in the water, but they got about that depth, and then they started saying, hey, we're pulling out. So the guy dropped the ballasts or whatever in order to start coming back up. And but the propellers or whatever weren't working right. And so even though they dropped it, they couldn't come up, and they only came up like within, I think, 5 minutes. It only went up like 3 meters or something like that. It like barely was going up, and then hey, we're gonna try this. We're going to backup power, blah 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 blah, and then all of a sudden, nothing. So it was like like within a matter of 3 minutes, they went from talking to like nothing. So it happened quick.
Yeah.
And it happened days
Yeah,
before, like the day that they were. Yeah. So and like the Navy, like
And we
everybody
knew
knew
it
about
happened.
it. Everybody
Yeah.
knew.
Except the
Everybody.
general public.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And so everybody's like all up in arms, and it's and so what was funny is this, and a lot of us, I know we were saying it, the day that it started, and especially the second day, we literally were all like, what's really going on?
Yeah.
Why is everybody so enamored by this?
Every news network.
Oh my gosh.
24-hour coverage.
You're
I'm
just like scrolling through Facebook. I'm like, why is
it's an
everybody?
interesting story, but there's a lot of other things that are happening too.
Hey,
That's
look
not-
over
There
here.
was
Look
a
over
lot
here.
of other
Yeah.
Look
things
over here.
happening.
there was meat. What was it
yeah,
about?
the
Meat got
artificial
approved?
chicken
Yeah.
grown in a lab got its first FDA approval.
Yeah.
First wave of that. So check your meat source at Walmart.
Thanks, FDA.
You got our back.
No, that was one of the things. There was something. There was more stuff.
Was
than
this
that.
also the time that billions of dollars disappeared, or we accidentally had an accounting error?
That wasn't the accounting error. No, it was
Okay.
the
Yeah.
official approval of like 400 billion sent to
Okay.
Ukraine again.
Yes.
Well,
How
it was
much?
It was like 400 billion. We can confirm-
400 billion.
Let's
yeah,
go.
We can confirm that. Let's
That's-
see. Sorry, not 400 billion. 76.8 billion.
It's a pretty big
Still a big
difference,
number.
but it's still 80 billion.
It's like 5 times less.
It's okay. 3.9 is humanitarian.
Oh, good.
Hey, Ukraine, get you something real nice.
While Zelensky's like traveling the U.S., talking to billionaires across the U.S., going to
Yeah.
parties and stuff.
What were the other things that were going on while that was happening, though? While the submarine is going on, that money.
When did this might be actually really old? I'm not sure. When did Brittany Griner? When did she come back
that
from
was
Russia?
old.
That was
Yeah.
before that.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
before that.
Maybe she started playing again. That's what happened.
She did.
She had her first game.
She
back.
did.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't follow the WNBA.
So does you and like 99.9% of America as well.
You know, I
Including
tried to,
the women.
I tried to watch the All Star game. I did.
Did
I
you
tried.
really?
I tried.
Dude,
Is the
good
key
for you.
word.
You're a better person than I am.
Well, I mean, it's just.
Hey, let me say something positive. I watched the women's championship.
I agree, man.
The NCAA championship.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh,
I
yeah.
will say this: that was good basketball.
It was
I agree.
shooters.
It was.
Shooters.
I was the last time. So the last time that Mississippi State was in
Mm-hmm.
the women's national championship when I watched, and that was not. It was fun to watch because it was state. This one was fun to watch. I was like, this is quality basketball.
I liked it
So,
because
hey.
they didn't like each other. Like
Yeah, they had
were
that.
they talked
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of trash.
Oh, shoot, too. That's right. Sorry,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot about that. Oh,
The girl from Iowa, dude, she could shoot.
oh, yeah. She's
yeah.
coming back, too.
Really? Yeah, I mean, so I liked that whole narrative that they didn't like each other. And they were very vocal about that.
Absolutely, dude.
All the pointing at the ring.
Yeah.
Which, like, for LSU, you had Joe Burrow do it.
Yeah.
You know, and then you got, by the way, RIP for the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Calf injury. Did you see that?
I have not heard
Joe
that.
Burrows has he was
ripped his calf.
Yeah.
But how long is he out?
weeks, they said.
He said
He's out.
weeks, yeah.
Will he be playing January 31st?
Ooh.
Or no, it's New Year's Eve. When did-
February 6th.
Oh, you're trying to go to the
Oh,
Super Bowl, my
oh,
man.
yeah.
You got to go through Arrowhead, Burrowhead.
Gotta get through Burrowhead.
Oh boy.
I like
That's
it.
true.
Oh, I see
Hey,
what's going on
you never
here.
know. You could be playing. You could be playing at Cincinnati.
Yeah, no, we're only like 3 weeks away now from.
I know.
College
I've
football?
been waiting. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
This is a tough time of sports for me. There's
Oh, it's
nothing
the-
good.
It's the
Oh, it's-
worst.
Dude, every night I'm like, what do I turn on TV?
I will
Nothing.
say, ESPN The Ocho came back for like a week. That was a highlight.
What did?
I don't even know what that is.
Dude, it's where they show the most random sports that should never be on TV.
Like what?
Like the one where it's like table tennis with a soccer ball in your head. That one.
That's so weird, dude.
Oh, dude, it's crazy, but it's so hype because it's
Yeah.
these people who they're passionate about some weird sport like dodgeball. Like it's.
What
it's
about canoe
interesting to watch.
battleship? Kayak battleship. Remember that?
I literally just heard about that last night. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
I
us
know.
talking.
Dude, I'm learning so much right
Dude,
now.
it's wild.
Canoe
Dude, shout out
battleship's a
to
thing.
John Allison. He told us about canoe battleship. So basically, at state, they get a couple canoes inside of the natatorium, and everyone has a bucket, and you row to another boat, and you try to pour water into their canoe and make them sink.
It sounds like a camp game.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I mean, this is college.
This is college.
You said that. Let me give you another news story that hasn't gotten real popular yet. But this guy from the UK went on vacation with his family to Jamaica, and went on vacation. I think he's like 50, 55 years old, and he decided to do a challenge. He challenged himself, and the challenge was to drink all 21 cocktails that the bar
Oh, yeah.
offers.
goodness gracious.
He got to number 12, started to get tired, went to his room.
Like in one sitting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Drink 12, he went to his room, and he died.
He
Well,
died.
Yeah,
Dumb.
I understand that. That adds up to me.
Scientific experiment. was-
Props to him for getting
Yeah.
through 12.
Yeah. Well, so moral of the story to all of our Scrubscribers: don't go to Jamaica.
It's a dangerous country.
It's crazy out there.
It's great.
People are dying in their rooms
Just for no
He was
reason.
just in his
No
bed,
reason.
innocent.
on vacation.
Taking
Just,
a
you're
nap.
just a little tired. Just a little tired.
You're on vacation.
He hit all the things except the reason that he died.
Alcohol
Only drink
poisoning.
11. You need to stop at 11.
Yeah, that's
it.
how about the
Stop at
chick that? I mean, it's sad. That one's kind of more like, what an idiot! Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
You know, this one's actually sad. There's a family that went on a boat. They boated a lot over the weekend, and one of the chicks was drinking a whole bunch of water, just trying to
yeah.
stay hydrated. Came back, and anyway, her brain swell up. And she ended up dying because she drank too much water. So you
Isn't that
can
wild?
drink too much water. You got to be careful.
Got to get those electrolytes.
Yeah.
Dude, did that happen this summer?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a month and a half
Wow.
ago.
Dude, this is amazing.
Yep.
We missed a whole lot. There was a TikTok
We did.
challenge going around where high-speed boats, and the TikTok challenge was you stand on the back of the boat and jump off,
Oh, yeah.
spinning. And I think 6 people have died so far doing the TikTok challenge.
Snap their neck.
Yeah.
Oh, whiplash. Yeah.
Yep.
That's so dumb.
Dude.
Yeah.
It's don't get on a boat. It's dangerous.
On a boat. On the back of the boat,
wrong
and they
morals
just
of
jump
the
and spin.
Yeah, jump and spin. I mean, but
It's
you're
they're going fast.
Oh, yeah.
They're
Yeah.
going fast.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did people die like this doing stuff like that 30 years ago? Like, did people do that kind of stuff?
Sure they
Yeah,
did.
there's always
probably
been a-
not as many.
I feel
'cause
like
you didn't
there's
have
more
TikTok and
because
stuff.
TikTok.
Well, yeah,
so
for
it's
sure.
literally just because of the
There's
challenges.
definitely more.
They're just trying to impress people, and they.
Dude,
But-
do you think China is planting this in TikTok to kill off all of our people, jumping off boats. They're controlling us.
Well, they're
creating
definitely
these
controlling
trends.
TikTok.
Yes.
But I don't know that they knew it would be as effective.
If we're,
Yeah, they're like, oh my god, you guys are really dumb.
You guys are like real dumb.
I thought I was going to have to launch a bomb from Antarctica.
Dude,
I don't do anything.
Give him a nap.
yeah, dude. Speaking of China, I was just pulling up this article. The Chinese government is rewriting the Bible. Have you heard that?
No.
Are they really?
I want to hear more about this.
Oh yeah, dude.
boy.
This came out. I think it was about 2 weeks ago.
The summer.
So the Chinese Communist Party government is rewriting portions of the Bible in an effort to increase its control over religion in the country, according to U.S. Representative Mike Gallagher from Wisconsin. In a meeting of the House Committee on the CCP, Gallagher stated that the chairman Xi Jinping is on a quest to make a faithful serve the party rather than God. Basically goes into how they're gonna kind of rewrite some stuff, and they're gonna they're trying to like bring in some Buddhism into the Bible and kind of marry the two, so it becomes more CCP friendly to the people of China.
Dude, when is it going to be available in YouVersion?
I don't know. Craig, you got that?
Bobby, get on that.
Dude, I'm just thinking how many flags this episode is going to have.
Oh yeah,
all
no.
of it.
It's gonna be bad. It's
False
definitely
news,
not
false
gonna.
news, false news, false news, false news.
We're like shadow
checkers.
banned. We're shadow banned immediately. We get like three views and it's just us.
Sharing the same clip with each other.
It's definitely not going on TikTok.
Yeah.
No.
They're gonna rip it immediately.
Well, let's give
No.
them some good news then. Let me just give a quick
Yeah,
good
good
news
news.
story. There's actually reports that came out, I think, a week or two ago that the Federal Reserve let us know this, that there has been a slight economy boost.
Let's go.
Really?
Oh,
And
very
they are
nice.
crediting, no joke, Taylor Swift. The Federal Reserve has credited Taylor Swift for travel and hotel
I can see it.
economic boosts.
I can see it.
You know, she did give a bonus to all of the production crew, basically. $55 million worth of bonuses.
50 million was just for the truck drivers. I think there's 21 trucks for the shows, so 3 sets of those that travel around with the stage and stuff. Like all the sound
That whole
guys,
crew.
everyone basically got $100,000. And a
That's-
handwritten letter from Taylor.
That's pretty
But
cool.
I read she's going to make like close to $1 billion just off of this U.S.
Holy
tour.
smokes!
That's crazy.
Yeah, I
that
have
is wild.
I have a little
Yeah.
graphic that kind of goes through like Elvis Presley, Elton John, Michael Jackson, Taylor Swift, because it goes through their ticket prices. So Elvis Presley in 1961, average ticket price was $2. Inflation wise, it would be $31 today. Elton John, 1975, $10 then, $57 today. Michael Jackson, 1988, $28 then. Average inflation wise, it'd be $72. Taylor Swift, 2023, average ticket price $908. And then obviously
I didn't know
2023,
they were that high.
$908. Oh yeah,
So-
people are spending thousands of dollars.
I heard of a guy who
That's just the average.
him, his wife, and their 2 daughters were offered $6,000 a piece for their tickets.
That's what I was to say. Is that the ticket pricing or is that scalpers? Because like Ticketmaster, they're going for
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the average.
ridiculous
They're just
money.
taking the average
Yeah.
over.
It was
all
$6
the-
grand per ticket
Yep.
that they were offered, and they did not take it.
Wow.
I'm like,
dude.
dude, that's like $24,000. I mean, you could buy a car maybe
You
with
could
that.
buy every
Decent
album.
used Honda Accord.
Only 180,000 miles.
Yeah, dude, whole plane. I was watching some videos.
Wow.
Whole planes are filled. Like,
Oh,
if
yeah.
they're going to like Denver or any of these big cities that a Taylor Swift concert's happening within that weekend, whole planes are just full of Taylor Swift songs.
It's crazy.
I mean, they're
Fans.
fans.
Swifties.
And then they start playing their songs and they're all singing and stuff like
It's
that.
caused problems at airports with logistics and stuff because you got private people flying their planes in, and like the airports in some of these cities can't handle them all.
That's amazing.
Have you ever been to a Taylor Swift concert?
I have not.
I did. I went to one.
Whoa, dude! Before the Eras tour.
I went in whenever it was the
Before it was
22,
cool.
the what was it? Whenever Shake It Off came out. Whenever. Whoop.
Hey, there it
There it
is.
is. There it
Praise
is.
God.
There it is.
He's back. He's still
You know-
speaking.
Dude,
Harold's
the
back.
anointing's back.
Anointing's back.
Season 2 has officially started.
Absolutely. Throw everything before this moment away.
Yeah,
Okay, so
but
you were a
no, we
Swiftie.
went. Yeah, we went.
Where was it?
Tiger Stadium.
Okay.
Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And Shawn Mendes opened up for her, and he was like
Wow.
not.
Oh, yeah.
He was not big yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so she was on stage for I think 2.5 hours is how long she was on stage, and it was incredible.
Yeah.
Like honestly, it was just it was an incredible show. Like I was like, props to her, like for being able to perform at that level for 2 whatever hours.
That's incredible.
Keep the people engaged. Like I mean, and it was just, and so now it's like way production quality and all that.
yeah.
I mean, her songs are
Yeah,
man,
4
some of her
hours.
songs are
It's
trashy.
4
but
hours.
It's a 4-hour concert.
But the
She
production
was on for 4
every song-
hours?
4 hours.
And that's
bro.
every time.
incredible.
It's an insane amount of songs. Like
She goes through like
Yes.
her eras. It's all of her.
That's
Albums.
crazy.
it's
Well, okay,
ridiculous.
that makes more sense then.
And the production value for every song is still just.
I've
top-
seen some of
top
the
notch.
like crowd videos, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, I got some friends in Atlanta that went to a show,
Really?
and he does that stuff. Really, it was like everything was like perfectly
Wow.
done.
So you went to Taylor Swift. I have to ask, since you said that, did you go to the Barbie movie?
Dude, that's what we should have done.
everybody else did.
Podcast trip.
No, I actually. So I didn't know that a Barbie movie was coming out until the week it came out.
Holy smokes! They've been pumping that marketing like
Dude,
crazy. It's
I
been
have
everywhere.
not been.
I didn't either.
I haven't been like I just haven't really been on like I don't know.
I knew
My
about
algorithms
Oppenheimer.
are not there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew about
But I
that.
didn't know about Barbie.
It's made a ton of money. And now
Yeah.
I think the same crew that produced that said, oh, man, those nostalgic toys, like, oh, we're capitalizing on a market. So they've released, I think they're going to do 4 other ones of like Hot Wheels, Barney. And then this is the one that I don't even understand this. You know the Magic 8 Ball? They're going to make a movie out of that.
Shut up.
I'm thinking to myself,
This is dumb.
what do I do with that?
This is just dumb.
I mean, I'll go. But,
I'll wear all pink. I'll go.
I mean, I'll be there. But come on, man. What are you doing to me?
Well, it's like when they came out with the Teenage Ninja. Oh my gosh.
I'm going to let you do it.
You got it?
Teenage
Touch him, Lord.
Mutant Ninja.
Touch him, Lord.
Well,
Bring
this is a
the
sweet-
gargle
that's
back.
a sweet
Bring the
moment.
gargle back.
This is a sweet moment right here.
Bro, I mispronounce stuff all the time. It's bad. My whole family makes fun of me just literally daily, just all the time.
That's what families are for.
Yeah, but no, we went to that years ago, the
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, and
Dude, what is
bro,
happening?
dude,
No, you can't just pull out.
Dude,
that's
pass
like
it around.
from 1993 right there.
Pass
It's
that
my
around.
it's my throat saver. Vocal herb blend.
Feeling fatigued?
Dude, pass that around, dude.
What do you do for a living? Like I don't understand.
Conversation.
I
No, we're
marked
talking right now. My throat was feeling a little scratchy.
I don't know
How
what's
much
happening.
do you talk? Do you sing?
No, it was Amber's. I was just using it. I like to do whenever like we're doing the podcast stuff.
Dude, you have never done
That
that,
was the
before.
first time
Yeah.
ever.
No, first time
New
I brought it.
season, new me. Dude, he's like, I'm gonna pull this out at just the right time and
I'm
stun
gonna
the
get
crowd.
him. Ninja Turtles, that's my cue.
I'm about to stun the crowd.
It's so good. I like to do this all the
Minty
time.
fresh. Oh, this is what I do. Bro, we've never seen
You've
it.
never
Nah,
done this before.
What do
I do it all the time.
Oh, this is antibacterial.
Oh, this is Lysol.
It's just car freshener.
Is that,
I
is
wanna
that
do
new
a
car
lot-
scent? Oh my goodness.
Ooh, what were we talking about?
Movies. It doesn't matter anymore.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
totally. That's a game
what we
changer.
needed. Yeah. I do have a couple more just little news stories. Recently it's come out that in Southeast Florida, leprosy is now a thing.
It's true.
Holy smokes.
Leprosy.
Let's go.
It's back.
It's okay. I read Leviticus. Keep them away, right?
Know what to do with it.
I know exactly what to do.
Yes.
Outside the camp.
Yeah.
Get them out of the city.
Get them out.
Dude, leprosy.
Yeah, that's
tough,
gnarly.
dude.
How do you treat? I mean, do they treat it? Is it treatable? Is this an uncurable disease?
I don't know. Touch
Or
from the Lord.
Who?
Duck, go it.
Whoa.
Touch from the Lord
Amen,
or
brother.
Brent Spray. All right, I do want to give this news. LeBron James. Okay.
Oh yeah, we got to
man.
talk about this.
Well, hold on. I don't know which part. Are you going to think
There's
about
a
his
lot.
son?
No,
that's
I'm
one
not-
of the
I'm not
things.
thinking of his son.
I was
Are you thinking about his school?
I am.
Yeah,
Yes.
school.
LeBron James started a school. I
Yep.
promise. Not everybody was sure what he was promising, but it was a beautiful thing. But King James has delivered. State reports have confirmed that the last 3 years, not one 8th grader has passed the mathematics test in the state of Ohio.
That's bad for business, brother.
What a promise.
That is not good. I have not heard the rebuttal yet, or the reason.
I don't-
reason why.
Oh no, the superintendent or whatever he is was like, this isn't good.
It's just bad.
No, there was no.
Yeah.
Well, it was an
failed you.
attempt. It was at 2020. That was the attempt. It's like, hey, 2020 messed us all up, but you know, there's a lot of kids passing math tests still.
yeah.
It's true that I mean the area he did target a certain area in the city that has a very poor. Hey, this is a hard area to be able to reach.
Yeah.
So I do give him the credit for even investing in it.
Yeah.
In general,
Yeah,
I mean,
I
that's a
agree.
big deal. Who else is doing that? I mean, some
I did
people
see
do.
some stats about some high schoolers that went to college that they said might not have or something a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, it's doing okay. And then I
Yeah.
saw that and I was like, oh man,
Yeah.
I love you, Brown, but that's
You got to put a little bit more money into it.
Yeah. I mean, maybe
you
stick
gotta
to
hire the
basketball.
right people.
Just
Yeah,
be an
stop trying to
athlete.
improve your community, Brown. What are you doing trying to give back to the world? LeBron, just play
That's it.
shut up and dribble is
Yeah.
basically what Mike
Dude,
is saying.
who said that?
Basically,
Somebody
Basically
said
sounds
that.
like Micah said it.
Somebody years
Micah.
ago. No, years
no, it was
ago.
Micah.
Yeah, no, there was an ESPN person that
Yeah,
Really?
shut up and dribble.
that was a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of school, both my girls start at school today.
Very
First
nice.
day of school, kindergarten and 6th grade.
Very cool.
So Elin was super excited about kindergarten. She's a big girl.
Yeah.
Big girl now.
Mm.
Now she's a big girl.
Yeah.
Kindergarten. Boom.
Kindergarten is where
That's
it
when it
starts. Yeah.
happens.
Yep. Now she's ready. So good times. Good times. But for me, summer's not done yet. That's why I have my. I got my flamingo shirt on today. There's a flamingo in here somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right
There's
there.
it.
Yeah. How does summer end?
So we still have one vacation plan.
Oh.
Yeah. So we are going to see Ben Rector. And
nice.
Ben Rector, Need to Breathe, Switchfoot, Johnny Swim, and I think that's it. In Miramar Beach.
Great
in,
lineup. Great location.
Yeah, at Labor Day weekend, and it's like beach concert that night. And the next day, beach concert that night. Next
Wow.
day, beach concert that night.
So that's
And
summer
so,
mode up until then.
Oh yeah, like full on, like
Yeah.
yeah, you know.
I think for me, summer ended when school came back. I didn't want it to, but
Yeah.
it just naturally did. I didn't think about planning a vacation.
Yeah, it just
That would've done
we started. I think we bought everything. I think in March, February, March is whenever we first saw that. We're like, oh,
Yeah.
for sure. So we're going with a few friends, and
Oh, that's
it's gonna be a
cool.
good time.
That's
yeah.
cool.
We're big Ben Rector fans, but yeah, Nadine's. So we love our girls,
That's good.
lot.
Yeah, that's great.
but also when they go back to school, it's nice.
Things are.
It's,
I agree,
It's
man.
quiet. We went and
It's
dropped them
phenomenal.
off. Went back to the house, like cooked some breakfast and sat at the table in total silence. I was on
Yeah.
my computer, kind of looking around some stuff and eating, and it was just dead silent. And Nadine was like, kind of like staring off, like, "Oh, this is nice."
Yeah.
I do enjoy being at home.
Yeah,
Yeah. This is okay.
this is nice. I like this a lot. So,
I did stab myself this summer.
oh, dude, you've got to
my
tell the story, bro.
goodness.
That would. This is bad.
Yeah, it wasn't fun. It doesn't look as bad now. It just kind of
Dude, you
welted
did.
up.
You stabbed yourself.
Have y'all
I
seen the
know.
picture? Did I show y'all the picture?
I
all from
did
Amber.
see it.
I
but-
sent it
Okay.
the day.
Oh, you showed me too.
I posted them in Dominions.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
and one of the pictures that I sent didn't look that bad.
Yeah, because it was all cleaned up.
Yeah,
and it was like I
but
had it closed up like
He,
that.
yeah, you're kind of like this, but if you did this, it was like
Yeah, you can see all
oh!
the fat and the muscle and the.
Open
was-
wide.
It was
He opened
yeah,
it.
open wide.
He
It
opened
was there.
wide, and he was like, "Oh, there's your tendon in your bones." I was like, "Awesome."
He's like, let me set my finger in here and make sure that it's clean.
Dude, it was pretty gnarly.
Yeah, so what happened?
The story. So, it was a Friday afternoon. I was upstairs and we have like a little bonus room above our garage, and had Amber was actually getting her hair done in Ocean Springs. So I had Rayma upstairs with me. I was finishing up some work, and I saw a toy that we had gotten Rayma for, or Amber's mom had gotten Rayma for Christmas, but we honestly hadn't opened it up yet. It was above the cabinet that we have in there. So I was like, oh, let me go open that toy up because Rayma saw it. She'll want to play with it. So I grabbed the toy and start opening up the box, and there's some zip ties. So, let me go grab a knife out of my bag. So open up my knife, start cutting zip tie number 1, number 2, and then I get to zip tie number 3. The knife slices through. I was using bad knife etiquette. I was not being safe with it. And I was cutting basically towards my hand. I was holding the toy down, and I was cutting this way, and it cut. The zip tie cut a lot easier than the previous 2, and I guess my hand went up to like catch whatever was falling, and it was an open knife, and I just straight up stabbed myself. And Rayma's literally right in front of me, and it starts squirting out blood. And I did the measurement. It was about 7 feet. It was pretty gnarly. And so I immediately like squeeze it, try to like tourniquet my own fingers. I'm like, hey, I got to stop this bleeding. My fingers immediately lock up. And I'm like, crap, I got to stop this bleeding. And I need to go to the hospital. I need to get this taken care of. I knew I was actually about to head to Jordan and Nadine's house to pick up a cabinet or some desk. So I knew he was home because I knew I couldn't call Amber because Amber was about 40 minutes away or 35 minutes away. And called Jordan. I'm like trying to squeeze my hand to stop the bleeding because every time I let go, it kept on coming out. So I'm like squeezing it, but I'm also trying to dial on my phone and also take care of my toddler and try to calm her down. Like, hey, she was like, Daddy's hurt. I'm like, Raymond, yes, Daddy's hurt. I said, we need to go downstairs. So when we walk downstairs, she's like, okay. So she's seen the blood all over the place. And she follows me down the stairs, and I finally get to Jordan, calling him like, dude, Jordan, you need to come right now and take me to the hospital and bring Nadine because someone needs to watch Rayma. And Nadine and Jordan had came over, and then Elin was right behind her. I stopped. I was like, Nadine, no, keep Elin out there. I was like, she doesn't need to see all this blood.
She walks in.
There's literally blood upstairs in the room where the incident happened, and then down the stairs, in the kitchen, in the hallway. It's pretty gnarly.
It's bad.
What did you think when you saw it?
So I was pulling up to the house in the garage, and I see Brent calling, so I picked it up. And I didn't even say anything because as I was like lifting up to my ear, I heard like yelling and like all this stuff, and I'm just like, my first thought was, did Brent like butt dial me? And he's like in a fight with Amber. I'm like, dude, this is the gnarly fight. like, uh-oh. And then I went, hello? And he was like, Jordan, I cut myself. You got to come over here. I need help. He explained all that in a really chaotic way. But I got that he had stabbed himself. So I ran inside. I told Nadine, I said, hey, I got to go get Brent, probably take him to the hospital. He cut himself. Jump in the truck. We literally live like a minute away from each other. So I was there like within a minute or so. And as soon as I walked in, he was holding his hand up with a big old towel, like trying to keep it above his head,
Praise break.
And I was like, well, I'm not
In the good times
here.
and the bad times, Lord, we give you glory.
Give me my blood offering right now, Jesus.
The Lord was not being lifted up.
Oh, man.
But so yeah, then I see blood everywhere and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty bad.
Oh, we're glad you're okay.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it could have been bad.
So, yeah, dude, shout out to Dr. Phil, dude. He examined it, everything like that. The
Different
tendon,
Dr. Phil.
Dude, did insurance pay for that?
nerves were damaged. So right now, so I learned a lot about the hand, the way the nerves like attach to your finger attaches in like 2 different spots. So basically the nerves that were attached to here were severely damaged. So in between these 2 fingers, it's extremely numb.
Yeah.
The tendon wasn't as damaged as we initially thought.
Good.
So no surgery was needed, and just kind of it's going to take some time.
Yep.
So at the gym when I'm lifting weights, it's kind of weird gripping things.
Oh yeah.
I'm gripping, but I have to like look to make sure I'm gripping because I don't feel like I feel the pressure here and a little bit here, but like when I'm like holding something, I'm like.
Oof.
So again, the hidden moral of the story is don't keep Christmas presents until mid-July.
Absolutely, dude.
These are I'm glad that we're getting
There's
all
a
the
reason
right
they're Christmas presents and not July
There's a
presents.
reason for the
I'm just
season.
saying.
Christmas in July, though. I mean,
That's true.
Every time I
Yeah.
see that toy, my hand starts quivering a little bit. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Throw it
Throw
away
the knife
immediately.
away.
No, I kept it. I got a new knife.
So basically, that was the summer.
that was it.
Crazy.
Well done.
I mean,
summer.
wow.
Yeah.
Let's talk for a minute though about as a church what we did this summer because I mean
Did we do
don't have to go
anything?
there. Dude, we did a lot of cool stuff.
yeah.
I mean, I thought it was an awesome summer series.
Yeah, it was great
Got
summer
fruit.
series.
All the pastors rotated all the locations and the fruit of the spirit, which it was fun to communicate, but it was also really fun to listen to and helpful. I like the angle it came from, but like that was the whole summer for us. But like then there was a whole lot of other little things. As a church, what was your summer highlight? I'm just curious.
The rotation of communicators was great.
Yeah.
I love hearing all the different because we don't get to hear all the different pastors consistently.
Yeah.
For all great reasons. But it was a good change up. It was great.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
that was my best
Night of
part.
worship was phenomenal
Night of Worship
this
Yeah.
year. Like,
Yeah.
it was really good.
Can we put the little fire emoji when you
Dude,
said that?
It was great.
Fire.
I'm a little biased, obviously, but
mean,
it
yeah.
was great.
Well, what happened was the kids came back from camp. Like all the
Yeah.
students came back
That
from
was
camp,
good.
Yeah.
and so like which was just an incredible week, and so that obviously fueled the environment of the just everything
Yeah.
that was going on, but not like in not just like in a hype way.
I know.
It wasn't just like yeah. It was deeper than that. I mean,
Yeah.
we had multiple kids get saved that night
Yep.
at night of worship, and then that week a lot
Without
of
an
great things
altar
happened.
call.
No altar call. Took communion and just worship. It was so cool though, because a lot of times nights of worship. There we go. Nights of worship. I mean, just to be honest, as a worship leader, you get up there, and a lot of people are there, and it's kind of dry in the beginning
Yeah.
because some people come in with like this concert mindset of just I'm going to come and listen to people play worship, and it's like you have to like work to
Yeah.
adjust that mindset. Some people come, they know what it's about. Other people, it's just kind of like, and you're like, oh yeah, sure we
Oh,
go.
yeah.
You know. And what was so cool about that is that we, from the get go, the tone was just, no, we're here to worship.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
so I think my highlight of that night was actually one of the first songs we did was "Yet Not I, But Christ in Me."
Yep.
And we start singing that song, and it's literally, I think, probably the chillest song we did
It
all
is.
night.
Mm-hmm.
And but the crowd was singing so loud, I was like having trouble hearing certain things in
Bro.
my head, in my earphones. It was just good.
Dude, I was
was good.
standing there and I heard the same thing. And in my mind, I'm going, are we like pumping out crowd mics?
Yeah.
That's really what I was thinking. I'm like, this is, I personally, I can't recall the time I'd heard the crowd quite that loud. Now, I was standing right in this pit of students also, but
Yeah.
I was like, this is.
It's the loudest I've ever heard.
So one of the students, one of the ladies that was there, she brought a friend. And so the friend, so this girl had been praying for her friend for over a year, and she brought her to night of worship. And after night of worship, somebody led her to the Lord. She said, I want this. I want this. So, man, they led her to the Lord. A group of girls got around her and prayed for her. And then 2 weeks later, we were going to the Motion Conference. And check this out, like last minute, somebody had to step out. So we had one open spot. So we just shot her a text. We said, hey, you want to go? Your friend's going. You want to go? And within 30 seconds, yes. I
Dude,
mean,
that's
so
awesome.
2
Really?
weeks later,
Very
she's at
cool.
Motion Conference, and I'm standing next to her in a worship service. And she hasn't grown up with all the same music. But, dude, the purity in worship, the power in worship. She's lifting up her hands, singing the same song that she sang before she'd
Very
given her
cool.
life to Jesus at night of worship. She's singing it now
Wow.
with a totally different meaning.
Wow.
Yeah.
And, dude, watching this team pray over her and her pray for other people, 2 weeks, a transformed person. So there's a highlight of the summer.
Yeah.
You know, it's like everything
That's
that takes
exciting.
place is just incredible.
Yeah.
A lot of these students that have been at camps or conferences, they're like, we want to be around each other now from like all of our locations. So they're organizing hangouts, and people are driving over an hour to hang out for a couple hours on certain nights. But
Super cool.
dude, they've been talking about we want to hang out, but we also want to worship together. We want to pray together. So, I mean, over the next couple weeks, there's these random pop-up prayer meetings that are happening at random locations, and groups of students are going to be traveling to them just to have
awesome, dude.
a prayer meeting. So it's, you know, I guess that's probably my highlight of the summer is can I say all of it?
Yeah. What's happened with what's happening with our students and just the church as a whole.
Yep.
You know, by the time this podcast comes out, obviously we will have already even shared some future expansion of the church and with our Ocean Springs location and the buildings and all that. But there's also just a lot of growth that's happening. Numerical growth. Yeah, there's numbers and we care about numbers because numbers represent people
Yep.
and it's just something you keep up with. And but if you're in groups, if you're on teams, if you're in the services, if you're at nights of worship,
Yeah.
it's not just a number thing. There's health.
Yeah.
God's moving in people's lives. And I mean baptisms, we're
that's a big
seeing
deal.
a lot more baptisms and just it's just growth, it's health, and God's moving.
So it feels like a page has turned in our church. I can't explain it apart from we keep using the word season. It feels like a new season. The church is bought in, the church is established, and it's like, let's go. Yeah. Man, let's do something for God. And so I think it's going to be an incredible time together. I'm actually really excited about this season of the podcast, though. Yeah. I am. Like, there's a lot of the same, it's still us, but also there's some different things taking place this season. Mm-hmm. We're going to interview, but also you're going to hear from several different members of our church that are like professionals in their area or just life experience in there. And I think it's cool that God has brought certain people to our church, and we have the opportunity to not just platform them, but to engage with them and have conversations with them, and then all of us get better for it. Yeah. You know how it is when you hang out with somebody, you learn from them, you learn about them, and it makes you better. But we've got different people coming in this season that are going to speak to all different areas of life. Yeah. Do you remember like some of the topics? Like I'm trying to think.
I mean, I know there's a business guy who's owns multiple businesses in our area. He's part of our church, and I know there's a man in our church who was a pastor for like 40 years and is still involved in ministry in different capacities all over the nation.
That's going to be fun.
And so have some conversations with him about his experience and his view of just church and mission and whatever else comes in that conversation. Yeah. So there's a couple of them.
Season 2.
Season 2.
Season dose.
Here.
Back and better than ever.